Right, right. Hey! All right. Hello, all. Sorry about the extended absence. Um, I've been going through a lot in my personal life, which I won't go in here since this is a Let's Play series and not me whining about how complicated life is. You don't want to hear that. Trust me. Um, and when you combine that with the fact that I really burned out hard on Minecraft, I just really haven't found time to, and found the, I guess, headspace is the word, to actually sit down and, make more episodes is being more effort, and it just wasn't being any fun. And I think my last few episodes were beginning to show that I was getting just really tired. So I've taken time off. As you can see, I'm still not back to Minecraft. I'm trying because I do like the game. But for right now, I just need to do other things for a while. I think I'm going to expand my Let's Plays to things other than Minecraft for a little bit. I think we will eventually get back to Minecraft because that's what you guys did sign up for, most of you. About all 75 or so of you who are currently following me. Um, but I'm going to go out and try playing other games. If you like it, let me know. I'll get more of them. If not, let me know. I'm going to try to be as accommodating as I can. Of course, my schedule is a little busier, so expect infrequent updates, I guess. Although, as my recent 3-month gap has shown, I'm already pretty good at infrequent updates. Oh dear, dear, dear. I think I've rambled on long enough. Let's get started here. This is a new to me game. This is Prospector, which is a sci-fi roguelike. Let me define that a little better. Roguelike games, roguelikes, are procedurally generated or randomly generated type games that are generally RPG type in nature. They feature, permadeath, where if you die, you can't reload a save. They have stats, they have levels, they have, um, you know, random loot and random places to explore. And they're a lot of fun. They're really, really hard. Um, Most roguelikes are the fantasy, where you're going into dungeons and crawling around in random dungeons and slaying monsters and such, which is a lot of fun. But Prospector is a little different. It's actually a sci-fi roguelike, where instead of exploring random dungeons, you're exploring random planets. Um, Now, like most roguelikes, this is an independent game, or indie, and not a AAA. So the graphics are simple. Actually, this is one of the few roguelikes that actually does have graphics. Um, and it's kind of in a rough, unfinished state. However, it's also free. I'll provide a link to it so those who want to play themselves can actually sit down and play. Anyway, let me go ahead and get into this. So you can see what it's all about. Let's see here. Let me do one thing. I have a little bit of a sore throat, so I'm gonna grab a drink. You might hear me drinking a little bit every now and again, and I apologize in advance. Um, but it's the only way I'm gonna be able to talk for the next 20 minutes or so. So, okay, this is Prospector, where we're gonna go ahead and start a new game. Okay, here we go. And you start off making yourself, you choose a ship. These are all tier 1 ships, and they suck. Everything but the pirate cruiser. It sucks less, but you have to be a pirate. and that's nasty. It's really hard to start, so I'm going to stay away from the pirates for right now. I'm going to stick with one of these guys. Um, you'll see the stats where it says hull max, which is your hit points. Your ship loses all the hull, you die. You can see your maximum amount of shields, shield level, which is 1, engine level is 2, sensor level is 2. You can carry 10 crew and 1 cargo bay. That's a little deceptive. When it talks about cargo bays, it's talking about bulk cargo, trade goods. You can carry personal weapons and equipment for the crew, much as you like, as well as ship equipment as much as you like, as far as I can tell. Um, so even things that don't have cargo bays can still carry those. It doesn't impact your cargo bays. Um, I have 1 weapon turret, which can hold either a weapon or it can hold a few other things as well. And I have 100 fuel capacity on the Scout. You can see how that changes for like the long range fighter, which has more hull, slightly better shields, but worse sensors, smaller crew, no cargo bays, but it does have an extra weapon and it has a little less. Um, and then again, the light transport, which trades the hull for a cargo bay, hull and a weapon turret. Your troop transport, which can carry 15 crew, but kind of sucks overall. Again, no cargo. I tend to stick with the Scout. It's a little fragile, but you have 10 crew. You have decent amounts of sensors too, which really helps in the early game. Well, maybe not decent, but some sensors. Where these guys are all mostly limited to level 1 outside the light transport, which is limited in other ways. Actually, what is the Scout? Interesting. Oh, trade some crew for an extra cargo bay. That's what's going on there. I don't like the light transport. You can carry a lot of crew, but um, that's really about all. So we're gonna go ahead and be a Scout. Um, unexplored sector of the galaxy. You are a private prospector. You can earn money by mapping planets and finding resources. Your goal is to make sure you can live out your life in comfort and retirement. That never happens. I always die. I'm bad at this, so very bad. Beware of alien life forms and pirates. No kidding. You start your career with a nice little light Scout. You christen the beauty, and I'm going to go ahead and auto name. I am the Arcadi. It's nice. Here's the main Prospector screen. At the moment, it's kind of empty. We have my ship right there, a big space station right there. I'm sitting over I'm on top of a small station. Basically, this is a brand new unexplored sector. You have to go out there and explore. You're basically working for some 3 very large mega corporations, pretty much space Walmart. Yeah, you're really not the good guys in this game. You're out here to exploit planets, um, you know, and just for the resources, and do really bad things to the natives you find, and yeah, all in the name of profit, so you can retire. Anyway, we'll get into that. You can see my ship specs here. Hit points on my ship is 5. These are my crew. Pilot level 1, gunner level 1, science officer level 1, pilot, gunner, science, doctor level 1. That was that one. These are your security, your red shirt. I don't start with any. Sensor level 1, engine level 1, and if I ever get in combat, it means I have 3 movement points per turn. I have a ship gun, which does like 1 damage. It really, really sucks. Cargo is empty. I have 500 credits, 100 fuel. Um, these are my crew in more detail. This is me. I'm the captain. These are all randomly generated people. You lose your captain, it's game over. Um, it always lists your spacesuit or armor, which is a layered personal force field. You get a random collection of stuff when you start. So I started out pretty good. I've got the layered personal force field, which is very, very protecting. I've got a Gauss rifle, and I don't have a melee weapon. I've also got a second layered personal force field on my pilot, who's not carrying weapons at all. I only have. Okay, I have one Gauss rifle and a couple of a mono blade and a mono sword, which melee weapons are generally not a good idea. You don't want to get things in your face because they'll tear you a new asshole. Um, and improved camo combat armor. Camo is interesting. It helps you go unseen, but it's useless unless your entire party is wearing it. So, yeah. Anyway, so this is my people. I can carry a maximum of 10 people. The first 5 are always your pilot, gunner, science officer, your doctor, and your captain. And then you can hire red shirts to fill in the rest of the crew. Red shirts do exactly what you expect them to do. They die in mass numbers. So you try not to get too attached. You also start off with some random junk. So these are my personal force fields. You can see they have an armor value of 13, which is really nice. My combat armor with the value of 8. My Gauss rifle, which is no accuracy, but does at least semi-decent damage. 0.6. Generally for personal weapons, damage ranges from about 0.2 to about 1. So that's not bad. My mono sword and mono blade, which do decent damage, but you have to let things get real close to you. And that's bad news. Mining drill, which allows me to dig through. This is nice. It allows me to dig holes in mountains, so I get material, so I get resources. A floodlight, so I can see in the dark, and some shipboard probes, which I can launch out if I remember how. There we go. So there we go. That's all my starting stuff. It's a lot to keep track of, but it's really not that bad. Now, there's a difference between the small space station and the large one out there. The smaller ones, where if you dock to them, here we go. You can see that I'm actually. You can see me moving around. This is now this is now these 5 guys here wandering around. You can see it's their status: the captain, pilot, gunner, science officer, doctor. Then I'd have lists for my red shirts out here if I had any, but I don't. They'll turn yellow if they get damaged, and they'll get a red X if they are killed. How far I can see, my transport, which I don't have. I have 34 armor, which is pretty good. I do 0.6 damage in range combat, 1.5 in melee. This is the resources I've gathered, which don't matter here. Oxygen, which this is a space station, so this won't change. Current temperature, current gravity. So you can see that I've got no satellite, which is not too surprising around a space station. You can get comm satellites so you can remote control your ship, but space station don't have it. Auto pickup is on, which is fine, and my my helmets on my spacesuits are open. So all right, these guys here are the little space station have these little here, I'm gonna stow. There we go. See, buildings. So this is the casino, which I don't really stop at. Um, Ship repair, which if your ship is damaged, this will repair it for a price. Refuel, which I don't need, so here I can hire more crew, which I won't do because you need armor on everybody. Otherwise, they can't leave the ship in hostile atmosphere. And right now, I don't have enough for my 5 starting crew. Oh, that right next to is a. You remember those mega corporations I talked about? Well, small stations will generally have, an administration office for one of them. And here at Smith Heavy Industries. So if I can sell my resources, I don't have any right now. And every small station nowadays will have a locker here where you can pick up some spacesuits for your crew. Steel, in the grand tradition of most RPGs where you steal anything that's not nailed down. You check my away team, you can see that I now got 2 spacesuits. Spacesuits don't really protect you. I think they have like, they have like 1 armor. Which really won't do you any good. So, yeah. And if you're getting really desperate and you need some money, you can sell some of your fuel. I really don't recommend it. And again, here's where you're not really the good guys come into the play. We buy all pieces of art that you may find. Yeah, you go to a planet that has natives, you can rip rip them off their cultural valuables, and then sell them. Yeah. And here's the end game stuff, where you can either retire, which I'm not ready for, or you can buy assets to make your retirement more friendly. You can even buy an Earth-like planet eventually, if you ever make that much money, which I haven't, because I suck at this game. And that's all that this place has. I was really hoping for a scientist, but I guess don't. He would have sold me the position of some stars around me. So we're going to launch. That's probably a bit loud. At least I hope not, but we'll find out later. Alright. So I guess it's time for me to go out and start earning money. Because right now, I'm really kind of bad off in a way. My ship has barely any weaponry. I have no shields. My engines suck. My sensors suck. And everybody's really inexperienced. So we got to go out and earn money, which means I got to find a star. And there we go. There's a star. That red dot right there. An orange sun, spectral class K. This is the sun. These O's are planets. And he's a debris field or something. So you press S, and you can then go through and I'm going to try scanning the debris field. Nothing remarkable. Yeah, so nothing there. Oops. So we're going to go start scanning planets. And here you go. When you scan a planet, you get a nice little snapshot. This is your science officer and your sensors show you what you got here. Partially what you got. This is not good news, actually. It has no liquid on the surface, no water, at least. It has a very dense exotic atmosphere, which means I can't breathe down there. Average temperature is 1200 degrees centigrade. Has a 26-hour day, 54% probability of life forms, which may or may not be accurate. You can see the resources. Ooh, hey, here, here, and here, which I can collect for money. You also have, this is lava. This is bad. But being this close to the sun, I kind of expected that. That, however, is another ship. Um, Normally, I wouldn't bother landing here because all the lava is bad news. Planets with a lot of lava, a lot of cases will have your ship sink into lava. And that's really bad news. So, but with that ship right there, I'm going to try to land on it. Target land, if I can. Land right there. Hello? Uh-oh. I think the game just crashed. Ah, nuts. Well, damn it. No hope for it. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this restarted and see what progress I lost. One moment. Well, damn. Well, that didn't last long. The save game didn't save anywhere. The game will auto-save. But as you can see, my ship's name is not listed anywhere here. So, yeah. So, new game. Try that again. Scout. I'm now the Hydra. And here we are again. Large station there, small station here. Go ahead and dock as before. You can see that I now have a new group of people, new group of stuff, new equipment. I have 3 sets of melee weapons, some binoculars, a communication satellite, which is helpful, lockpicks, a little bit of stuff, an oxygen tank, some sulfur, and a rover, which is kind of handy actually. I'll show you how that works later. And again, 3 probes. So, there we are. Hey. Now I gotta go start over again. The big thing is that I have absolutely none. Spacesuits, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. Now I have spacesuits for everybody, but I have no long-range firepower. I have no armor, and no mining drill. So this is a much worse start than before. However, here's the scientist. So if I communicate the scientist, he will sell me a data crystal for some nearby star systems. That's helpful. So, yeah, I'm going to leave. See, he now showed me some stars that are nearby. So, yeah, I'm in. You can also see that my spaceship now has a rail gun, which does slightly more damage. Means I slightly less suck now. Company patrol. Company anti-pirate patrol. As far as I know, you can't communicate with these people, so at least I have to figure out a way how. So anyway, here we are again. Yellow sun, which is a good sign. Planets, so let's get scanning again. Hopefully it won't crash this time. I never had that happen. Alright, here we go. This is much better. So, no liquid surface, no atmosphere. It's really, really warm because we're really close to the sun. And no chance of life forms because we're no atmosphere. It can happen, but it's unlikely. You can see we have some resources buried in the frickin' snow and ice there, but which means I can't get to them quite yet. But we can also see this. So I can go ahead and land here and see what we got. L to land, and okay, there we go. Pilot successfully landed in difficult terrain. I have 210 oxygen because I have an auxiliary oxygen tank. Every time I move, then my oxygen will go down. It runs out, people will start to die. So I've got a visibility of 4 because my binoculars, which helps a little bit. 5 armor from the spacesuits, but don't count on that to help me out. So we just kind of wander around, not getting too far. I'm going to go ahead and move my ship. The rumbling ground isn't good news, so I can remote control my ship. If it's in line of sight, I can tilt to land. I'm going to tilt to land right there. And it'll land there eventually. See, there it is. So it's always nearby. Whoa! Lava! Lava's not good news. Here we have a mud. That building there is a mud. He sells stuff. I think this is a poke at the original Star Treks. I think his name is Harry Mudd. That guy with all the... I can buy stuff here. I can sell some stuff. His stuff is always highly overpriced. It's always cheaper to buy somewhere else. But he does sell stuff you can't get anywhere else occasionally. So, stasis field. That's kind of nice. You can play Pokemon and gather native life forms. Again, we're not good people. I don't really see anything here that I really... I mean, I would love to have the mining drill, but I don't have the money right now. I'm tempted by getting a med pack, actually. Those are actually kind of good, so I'll go ahead and buy one. There we go. If I get damaged, I have a little better chance to... resources. Rubble and exotic gems. And I can't get to it because it's buried in rubble. That's just bad news. See, my map data goes up every time I uncover stuff. So, this place is very tectonically active. I have to be careful. More ice and rubble that really does me no good. All the resources on this planet are just encased in rock, and it just does me no good. And notice that the planet does wrap around, so you can just walk around the planet. This place kind of sucks. So I'm going to go ahead and launch. Back off. And that satellite in orbit got destroyed. My communication satellite. A poor pilot will more often than not destroy your satellite. So even if you start with one, you usually don't end up keeping it. So, yeah. That kind of didn't go over so well. um, as does happen. Here we go. Ah, a very dense exotic atmosphere with 4% liquid surface. Heavy gravity, and possibly with life forms. I still can't breathe there, but I'll go ahead and land. My pilot actually landed just fine. Much more hospitable here. I'm walking in pink sand. And now I have exotic weeds. I can inspect the weeds, and nothing. You can occasionally get biodata from the weeds, but nothing. So, interesting plants, 13 biodata. It's worthwhile at least to go ahead. It's not a lot of money for this, by the way. Picked up a little bit of copper. Refill oxygen. Yeah, you just have to walk over your ship to refill your oxygen, so you can keep exploring. This place is very, very open. Not very much in the way of mountains. So it's not a bad place. It's not a really bad place at all. More resources I can't get to. Not too surprising. I'll head back to my ship now because that's a little beep saying, "Hey, you're low on oxygen, you dumbass." So we're going to go ahead and it's worthwhile. Ooh, osmodium. To go ahead and explore everything because you get gems, silver. You get map data, which is worthwhile. All right, there we go. Place is more or less mapped out. Yep. Pick up the iron. And when I launch, you have completely mapped this planet, which means you'll get a bonus for doing that later on. Scan the next planet line. Yeah. My sensors and my science officer failed. I found one mountain. Dense exotic atmosphere. 48% chance of life forms. Kind of warm down there. I still can't breathe. So we'll try landing. But this is not... Okay, so the pilot is damaged. Try and land. We found cultivated land, which means there are life forms down here. This is not good. Oh, hey. Inspecting the place, I found that. Some more biodata. Nice. The cultivated fields mean there are life forms down here somewhere. Life forms which may not be friendly. So I've got to keep my eye open. Make sure I don't get raining sulfuric acid. Yeah, that's another thing. Gotta be careful. See, there's a house made of clay bricks. Nothing in the house. Whoop! I saw that. Where'd he go? A mammal with flat head, 2 ocelli, and an elongated mouth. A long neck leads to a thick body with 1 long arm and 2 thin legs. Whole body is covered in scales. He's, he's neutral to me. He's not attacking, so I can communicate. Sparkling stones northwest from here. Well, that's good to know, little guy. I think the ground is changing too, which is not good news. Whoa! That's not good either. It is a predator. Predators will try to eat you. So we're going to go ahead and walk away from that. Yeah, I'm leaving this place before something tries to eat me. So, um, on to the next planet. Okay, I'm not landing here. Very dense, corrosive atmosphere. Corrosive atmospheres will pretty much eat you. They'll ruin your spacesuits. They'll ruin your equipment, and yeah, plus the 100% life form probability. I don't want to meet anything that can live here, so we won't be landing there. Eventually, I'll get corrosive-proof spacesuits and equipment, but for now, I'll leave that alone. And of course, as we get further out, the temperature starts dropping. So it's only got a very thin atmosphere. It's cold. We'll go ahead and land right next to a frozen water. I got you walk on that. Ooh, a little bit of silver. Okay, this place isn't too bad. A lot of times, these outer planets will be like very, very mountainous. But this isn't too bad, and a lot of resources I'm picking up. Maybe not a lot, but some. Whoa, steam! Stay away from the steam. There's a geyser right there. If I can radio my ship, yes, I'll tell it to land right there. And there it is. In a lot of cases, if you can see your ship and call it to you, a lot better than trying to get back to it a lot faster. So you don't run out of oxygen. Now, this isn't a bad place to be. It's not very fruitful, but you know, what can one do? Osmodium. Raining, yeah, sulfuric acid rain. I don't mind that so much. You only usually take 1 point of damage, and see your doctor get experience. See the XP on the very right hand side. Pilot gets XP for landing. Science gets XP for I think scanning stuff like that. So the doctor will get experience point for fixing the sulfuric acid damage. Eventually. Having the med pack help with that. Alright, so we're going to go back up here. And this place is more or less mapped out, so we can hit launch. Completely mapped that planet, by the way, so that's good news. Dense atmosphere, which means it's Earth-like. But the fact I really can't scan much. Pilot Dan's ship again. Darn it. Having a low-level pilot, he'll do that. You can see that my oxygen now is not going down because this planet is Earth-like. Well, at least breathable. Even if it is really freaking cold. Your crew doesn't care about the cold so much as they care about being able to breathe. So, of course, the place appears to be very mountainous. It also has a dense atmosphere. That's good news. You like planets with dense atmospheres because you can and will get struck by meteors otherwise. And that's not good news. It's very unlikely that a meteor will drop on your head, but I have had it happen. And you will die. And it sucks really bad. So, yeah. Alright. Well, this place just is kind of full of rocks. This is what I said about these outer planets are frequently mountainous. Here you go. I'm not really getting much here because of that. If I had a mining laser, which I don't have, I could go ahead and burn my way through the mountains. But I don't have one, so I'm kind of limited by what I can do. Luckily, in most cases, there are very few blocked off areas you can't get to eventually. Alright, I think that's about all I'm going to do here. Reason why I go through and I try to map everything is you will get money for mapping. Alright, now it's time to leave. Alright, yeah, the planets are color-coded. No oxygen of that color. Exotics are brown or orange. Corrosives are green. Earth-like are blue. Another exotic. Cold. Hull is not in good shape. But we're going to go ahead and try landing. See what happens. Ooh. Inspect. Iridescent feathers and moss. That's interesting. An ammonia pool. You have to be careful of ammonia pools. You can walk in them. But he can also damage you if you're not careful. So you gotta be kind of wary of just blindly. So I tend to try to avoid walking in the ammonia. Thankfully my suits are closed. Otherwise the smell would be probably overwhelming at this point. I'm getting kind of far afield from my ship, so I better keep. Yep. Luckily, this place does just kind of wrap around, so I can just kind of walk back to my ship, like so. But wow, I'm getting some resources and stuff and map data. I'm getting lots of map data. Too bad map data doesn't get you a lot of money. But hey, I'll take everything I get. I'm inspecting every now and again. You can turn on auto inspect, but that's generally a bad idea because you'll spend 2 turns every 1 turn you move, which means you'll run out of oxygen. And you'll get ambushed by monsters, and yeah, it's just bad news. So, pick up the silver. All sorts of goodness on this planet. Trying to think too much about all the plants on this planet because that's kind of weird to be this far out in the solar system and have actual growing stuff in a non-Earth atmosphere at that. So anyway, and ammonia pools. All right, that should be. Well, we'll go ahead and. All right, walk back to the ship. I probably took the wrong dam. There it is. I'm going to be very low on oxygen here in a minute. But we made it just fine. Alright. Completely map that planet. So, not bad. Now it's time to go to a big station. Here we go. And we'll dock. Now, unlike the small station, the big station are just my menu. This is the mega corporation. Each big station is controlled by one. Triax traders control this place. So I go talk to them. I get 421 credits for the map data. Um, a bonus for delivering resources. My bio data worth 91 credits, and 1486 for my resources. So I now have 2,408 credits, where I only had like 400 and some before. So there we go. That's how that works. Very happy, very nice. There's a lot of things I can do here. There's some equipment I want first. Oh, first thing I gotta do, repair. Cost, my hull was damaged, and then fuel and ammo. There we go. Then I go to equipment. I buy new ships here. You can see that these are tier 2s, and these should be the tier 3s. You can design hulls, but no real point here. I kind of want the heavy scout eventually. Maybe the cruiser. You can buy ship upgrades, sensors, shields, engines, weapons, and modules. One thing I'll get right now, they have them. Actually, it might be under sensors. No. All right. Yeah. The problem is, these large stations are randomized, which you can get, so you don't always have different weapons here. Yeah, your ship weapons will cause heat. So, yeah. Fuel tank. I replace my. See, these things will replace your one weapon turret with a fuel tank or a cargo bay if I felt like it. But I don't. So yeah, we're good there. I want a navigational computer. See, now you can see that I now know my position in space. I kind of want Mark II sensors as well, which will help scanning planets. But there are things I want to get first. None of my away team leveled up, which is fine. Just go to personal equipment and see what they have. There's stuff here that I want. Everybody's got their spacesuits, of course. So nobody has any kind of ranged weaponry, and that sucks. That sucks a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 5 gyrojet rifles. Damage is low, but it's something, but good accuracy. So, I have no light source. You only ever need one light source, but you need one. So I'll go ahead and pick one of those. Also, user see-through walls. Interesting. I can order stuff, but I really feel like doing it. I don't really have the money now. Alright. So I think I'm a little bit better off now. Our away team now has a gyrojet gun, so I have some range. And that's good news. So we're going to go ahead and get my Mark II sensors. And now I'm about out of credits. So I'll go ahead and leave the station. And now you can see that with my nav comp in place, I now have my position, which is 10 by 40. See, I go that way, it's 9. I go down, it's 41. And all the that little sparkle just says I've been there. I've been, shows me where I've explored and where I haven't yet. So, alrighty then. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. I think I've rambled on enough times. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know I have. Again, I hope you're doing more videos more often now. Uh, so, kind of leave your opinions and tell me what you think. I'll try to, I'll definitely listen to anything you say. And hopefully I'll, get back to doing some Minecraft again in a bit. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble on. I'm Iskandar, and I'll see everyone in the next episode, sometime soon, hopefully. Until then.